Good morning, everyone. My name is Martin, and I'm from MikroTik company, and I would like to welcome you at the MUM Costa Rica 2018. So, I believe that many of you were already here in this same hotel 2 years ago at the MUM Costa Rica 2016, and of course, I believe that many of you are at such event for the first time, and maybe even don't know what is MikroTik and what do we do. So, I would like to tell you a little bit about our company, what we do, what we can provide for you, for your networking solutions. So, we try to provide for our clients all of the hardware that is necessary for building your network. So, starting from basic home products, different kinds of switches, wireless solutions, powerful core routers, and many, many more. So, we are trying to cover everything that is necessary for you to build your network from the scratch. Of course, we power our routers and switches with our own operating system, so basically you can do everything by using just MikroTik products. So, MikroTik is a company established at 1996. At the very beginning, MikroTik was a small ISP in our country, Latvia. And why is the name MikroTik? Micro is small, stands for the small, and tik is from Latvian word tīkls, which means network, so small network. MikroTik is, MikroTik company's name is first made by putting together these two words. So after a year, after the company was established, we already created our first operating system, RouterOS, and 5 years later, also we made our first hardware, the first router board. Router board is a marketing name for our routers that we create, and RouterOS is operating system that runs on these devices. 4 years later, at 2006, we had the very first MUM event, like this one today. And it had also already had many people coming, but we are expanding every year, making many more MUM events around the globe. And for example, MUM a year ago in Indonesia had more than 3,100 attendees, so just in one country. So we are expanding and making bigger and bigger MUM events. For example, last year we had 25 events. This year there will be even more. So maybe you didn't know where is Latvia located. We are in somewhere around the middle of the Europe. This is from where we came with my colleagues to Costa Rica. Pretty long trip, but it was worth it. So if you at some point are in Europe, visit Latvia. It's a very beautiful country. So we will be waiting for you. So this is a very old picture, which shows how MikroTik office in Riga looked many, many years ago. And this is how it looks now. This is our office. Some pictures that you can see office inside of the office. We have climbing wall, kitchen, different server rooms, and so on. So maybe if at some point you visit Riga, you maybe can come visit also our office. So, about our products, about the hardware. First of all, as I mentioned before, RouterOS is operating system that is powering most of our router boards, about our hardware products. There is also another operating system which is used for switch devices called SWOS, Switch Operating System. And so, yeah, all of our router board products that are powerful routers, CRS devices that are like routers combined with switches, basically made for switching purposes, but you can use also some router features are powered by RouterOS, and that means if you learn how to use one product by using RouterOS, then you will be able to configure any type of router, wireless router, home router, and so on. So beauty about the RouterOS is that it's the same on each and every device. It doesn't matter how powerful it is. So no matter where you are in the world, you can find us, meet MikroTik staff, for example, as here today at the MUM event. You can see that we have been in the most parts of the world, and we are still expanding and covering more and more area. So today here from MikroTik company, MikroTik staff, we are 3 guys. The tall guy at the end of the room, Edmunds. So if you have some sales or training related questions, go to this guy, look for him. It will be easy to find him. There is also Pauls. He's now at the registration table. He's from our technical support team. So if you have technical questions, feel free to ask. We will also be showing out our routers. You can go to our registration table, see them, ask questions, anything you like. And me, myself, Martins, also from support team. You can find us by these red t-shirts, MikroTik stuff. So today's plan. Just now we started our opening presentation. After this presentation, there will be many trainers, MikroTik users who will talk about different kinds of possibilities in RouterOS. Then at 12 o'clock, there will be a lunch downstairs. You can go through the lobby and then downstairs. Lunch is for those of you who had these printed tickets that we gave out at the registration table. So if you have such tickets, then don't be late. At 12 o'clock, go to the lunch. Around 1 o'clock, we will again start with the presentations. We will have many more of them after the lunch. And in the evening, around at 5 o'clock, we will have a lottery. So if you did register, come to the registration table, then there is a chance that in the evening you might win some prize, some router or something like that. So I recommend that you stay here all day. Don't miss presentations, don't miss the lottery. So hopefully you will be the lucky one who wins the prize. And about ground rules, if you want to smoke, you can go outside of the hotel. So there's designated smoking area, and restrooms you can find outside next to the registration table and around the hotel. So also there is open Wi-Fi for you if you want to connect your mobile phone or something like that. Look for a wireless network called MikroTik MAM. It's open, you can use it as you like. Today we are also making live stream to our official MikroTik YouTube channel. If your friends maybe couldn't make to this event or are in another country and something like that, tell them to go to the YouTube channel, look for MikroTik, and you will see the same presentations there live. So we today here came from Latvia, a long trip. But of course, it wouldn't be possible to just come here and make this event. We would like to tell a very special thanks to Incomex company who helped us to make this event possible here today. So thank you for them. And they're next to this main area, there is exhibition hall where you can find this company, ask them different questions about sales, about our products and so on, and also other companies who want to show off their solutions to you. So enough about that. Let's talk about our routers. So we have many different kinds of routers, but I will not talk about each and every one of them that we have, but here are some of our latest products that we have recently released, which are already available for purchases. So if you are interested, you are welcome to visit exhibition hall and inquire. Maybe you can purchase these routers very soon in your country. So first of all, something very new for MikroTik. It's a wireless wired device. In this beautiful box, there are 2 routers, which basically are made to replace wires. This device is called wireless wire because you don't need to worry about wiring. You just put these two devices, point them at each other, and this router replaces cable. It has a 1 gigabit full duplex Ethernet port and 60 gigahertz wireless link. Device also has beamforming feature, and you can use these two devices paired together up to 200 meters with very, very good quality. Even more longer distances are possible depending on your situation and environment. So you just take these two devices out of the box, and they are automatically paired together, and they are pre-configured. You basically don't need even to log into them. Just connect the cables, point device at each other, and link will be made, and you can process 1 gigabit of traffic over this 60 gigahertz link. And the list price for this device is $198 for the kit for two devices. If you are interested in 60 gigahertz solutions that allows you to transmit a lot of the even 1 gigabit of traffic over the wireless link, you might be interested in wireless wire dish, which is similar to previously mentioned wireless wire device, but it works for longer distances. So if you need something that can cover more than 200 meters, you should use this device. The same rules apply. 1 gigabit full duplex link, works in 60 gigahertz spectrum, has very powerful quad-core ARM CPU, so you can put even firewall and other features on this device. Also, it supports IPsec encryption, hardware IPsec encryption, so very, very powerful device. And at the moment, it's targeted for 1.4 kilometers and even more. So in longer distances, you might maybe lose a little bit of speed or something like that, but it's designed for 1.5 kilometers. And since our 60 gigahertz solutions are very, very new, we are still working on improvements that can be applied on your router just by upgrading software. So if you purchase these devices, upgrade to the latest version, and maybe you will get even better performance as mentioned in these slides. So another type of device which is designed for LTE connections. It's a small device that has mini PCI Express slot for LTE card. Then with LTE connection you connect to the internet, and this device also has 2.4 gigahertz access point possibility. So you connect to the LTE connection and distribute network to your clients wirelessly. This device also has built-in GPS, so you can, for example, send data to your web server and drive a map where is your truck driver driving around, and follow where he is at the moment. Also has a serial port for remote access for other device if you want to connect it to LTOP mini device. And it's designed to be perfect solution for outdoor and mobile applications like bus or train and so on. So that's why it's called LTOP. It means Light Transportable Access Point. So yeah, this device is already available, and you can purchase it. List price for it is $89 without LTE module, and you can purchase kit version, which costs $129, and there are US and international versions available. So now to the home routers. Very new, very powerful, and very loved product, HPC Square. It's an improvement for our old HPC device, but this one has a much more powerful CPU and supports hardware IPsec encryption, so perfect solution for your home. It has 5 gigabit Ethernet ports, dual chain, dual band wireless, so 5 gigahertz and 2 gigahertz at the same time. You can mount this device to the wall or use stand mount, and it will look good at your home on your desk. So don't need to worry about the looks. And kit price for it is only $69. Very cheap for such powerful router. very similar device, but looks differently, and is designed for a little bit different solutions. And you also had it in your gift box today, so you already have one. You can go home after the event and test out dual band, dual chain wireless, 5 and 2 gigahertz at the same time. Device has 1 gigabit port for internet access and another Ethernet interface, so 2 Ethernet interface together for PoE output. So you can power on, for example, IP camera, IP phone, other router, up to you. And this device also has IPsec encryption, so you can make IPsec tunnels at your home, and it won't use many CPU. So you can do many things with this little router, which costs only around $69. And if you don't like this round design, that it usually is mounted to the wall or the ceiling, there is like this. There is also another case in the box, like this one. So you can replace the case. It's up to you which one you like better. If you know MikroTik for a while, then you know that we tend to release router board and then release upgrade for it. So we had a very popular router called 150G that was very popular, and now we made an upgrade for it called 450G X4. X4 stands for the fact that this device has quad-core CPU, so 4 CPU cores, which each runs on 716 megahertz frequency. Device has 1 gigabit of RAM, IPsec encryption possibility, and also PoE output. Device is pretty cheap, $99 list price, but it can do many things. So this is the replacement for old popular 450G device. Another router for home or office solutions, which is similar to hub family devices, but this one doesn't have wireless interface. So Ethernet router. HEX stands for Home Ethernet Exchange. It has dual-core 880 megahertz CPU, 256 megabytes of RAM, USB port, SFP interface, and also, again, supports IPsec encryption. So more and more products of ours are supporting IPsec hardware encryption. So you can make different kinds of tunnels, firewall configurations, and so on. And these little guys will be able to do many, many things. So this is how this router looks from the front. It's also already available. You can mount it also on the wall if you like. Now, about some wireless solutions. As I mentioned before, we like to upgrade our previous models with new ones. So we had S60 Lite devices in the past, but now we are upgrading them to the S60 Square Lite family devices. So it's a very popular S60 router, 2 gigahertz CPE device in a very slim design case, much smaller than previous one, and is very cheap, only $39 list price for this router. Another LTE solution, S60 LTE. This device has dual SIM slots, so you can use 2 SIM cards at the same time for failover. LTE card is already built in, and also has 2 Ethernet ports. Previous version had 1 port, this one has 2, where the second port is for PoE out purposes. So you can power on again some IP camera and another router, for example. There are 2 versions available, international, which as you can see support these mentioned bands, and US version with bands 2, 4, 5, and 12. Another wireless solution, light dish feed, 2 gigahertz device that can be mounted into regular satellite dish. So you just take your own satellite dish, mount this router board inside, and can create very long distance wireless links. So this little guy can do many things and costs only around $39. Then some other thing. This is not a router, but this is an antenna, 5 dBi LTE antenna, that works omnidirectionally, and can be used with our produced WAP LTE device or LTAP, and allows you to reach high-speed internet connections in different remote locations. So this is just an antenna that you can connect to the router board that has LTE support. Also, we have recently introduced new switches, and many more are about to come. For example, this one, CRS device, has 20 SFP interfaces, 4 combo interfaces, which means that you can use either Ethernet or SFP. So you can plug both of the cables in and use failover or something like that. Basically, you choose which one you like better. Then 4 SFP plus interfaces, and also this device has dual PCU, so for power failover. And such switch costs $369. So now another switch that was waited for a long time. Many clients asked for it. Another SFP device. This is our latest product that we released just recently, called CWDM. It's a passive device without any electricity that is used for max-to-max fiber connection. So you can combine multiple SFP connections into one, create one link, and then again distribute these links into multiple separate SFP interfaces. You can combine up to 8 fiber links into one by using this device. Device will support both SFP and SFP plus interfaces, and we will also provide special SFP interfaces that you can purchase from MikroTik that are supported by this device. So idea for this one looks like this. You have one link from somewhere. You have 8 links from somewhere to CWDM device. Then you just need to connect 2 CWDM devices with one link, so there is no need to dig under the ground 8 cables or something like that. Just use one, and then again distribute these links to 8 different SFP fiber connections. So now some of our upcoming products. They are not released yet. They are still on. Some of them are on we are still working on them for the support on the software and so on, but we hopefully hope that we will release all of them up to the Q1 of the next year. And also most of them you will be able to see today on the on our registration table. So first of all, Mountbox 12S device, which is 2 GHz sectoral antenna that has 12 dB antenna. There is router board built in, so similar device to our previous Mountbox devices, but this one has 12 dB antenna. So you can, for example, combine 3 of them on the same tower and cover all area around around your pole. So something completely new from MikroTik, power line that is small access point that you can plug into the wall socket. So these little guys pair themselves together by using electricity lines, and distributes internet over the wireless interface to your home users, laptops, mobile phones, and so on. You can just plug them in, press the button, they are all paired together, select which one is for internet access, and distribute the internet all over your apartment or home without using any wires. So another switch, CRS 305. This device has 4 SFP plus interfaces and 1 gigabit Ethernet interface, and we will come into this metallic enclosure. We'll have a dual DC jacks, so for power failover. So basically, you can, if you use this device properly as a switch, you can transmit 40 gigabits of traffic over this little device. Another switch, CRS309, in some way similar as previous one, but this one will be 2 times bigger because it will have 8 SFP plus ports, 1 gigabit Ethernet, basically for management purposes, and silent case, passive cooling case. So up to 80 gigabits of traffic can be processed by this switch. So now something even more bigger, CRS332. Again, designed for switching purposes and will support up to 32 SFP plus ports. So 320 gigabits of traffic can be processed by this router. Also, it will have RG45 console port and Ethernet port for management purposes, so it will be easy to configure it, and dual PSU for power failover. Another switch, something new again from MikroTik. This device will have 8 10 gigabit Ethernet interfaces. We haven't had them before on any of our products, but we are working on this now. So this one might be the first product with such a feature. And also for 10G or 10G SFP plus combo ports. So you can use either you can choose which one you want to use, Ethernet or SFP plus interface. They can't work at the same time, but one of them will work, which one you like. Also console and management port, and again dual PSU for power failover. Something even bigger, CRS354. It will be a big switch with 48 gigabit Ethernet interfaces, 4 SFP plus interface for 10G connections, and 2 QSFP ports. Again, something new, which will be 40 gigabit interfaces, so you can process a lot of traffic over this switch. Now something else. Again, CRS354, but different type of it. Again, similar switch, but this one will have 48 gigabit PoE out interfaces. So you can power on different routers, IP cameras, telephones, and so on by using this single CRS device. It will have not only PoE out interfaces, but also SFP plus interfaces, 4 of them for 10 gigabit connections, and 2 40 gigabit interfaces. So these devices are coming soon, and you can see them today at our registration table. So that's about our new products and what you can wait for us. Now, a few words about RouterOS. We didn't make any slides showing all the changes that we have made, but little summary that shows how hard we are working on new features and improvements for you. For example, in the last current RouterOS versions, we have had 170 fixes and new features introduced. In the next version, we had more fixes added, 16, 34, and so on. So we are constantly working on improving RouterOS, not only making new routers, but also working on new features and improvements. And also latest versions have had some important security updates, so we recommend that you use the latest bug fix or current versions on your routers, so just to be safe that everything is working properly. So if you have decided to use our products, router boards, switches, RouterOS operating system, we recommend that first you contact local distributor. Many of them are in the next room, so you can go to talk to them after at some break. Inquire how you can purchase routers, what the deal you can make with them, what are the prices, what are the warranty terms, and so on. They also might help you with configuration. That's up to them. It depends on the distributor. If you want to use our products but you don't want to make configuration by yourself, you can hire MikroTik consultant. That you can find them on our MikroTik.com webpage. They are professionals on the RouterOS that offer their services. You can make a deal with them, just make my configuration, or please help debug my network. That's up to you how you decide what to do. If you are MikroTik enthusiast, you can learn about the RouterOS and different features from our wiki page, wiki.mikrotik.com, that has many examples and so on about the RouterOS. If you can't find an answer to your question through distributors, consultants, or wiki page, you can feel free to contact MikroTik staff through support@mikrotik.com email. And if you want to go to some kind of training, you can attend a training class or join an academic class in university where professional trainers will tell you about the RouterOS and different kinds of features. You can choose what kind of topics you want to learn about, look for special training, and visit training classes. So after the MOM, all the presentations that you will hear today will be available after a few days when we get back to that far land Latvia at the mom.mikrotik.com webpage. Also videos will be available, so not only slides, on your YouTube channel. And for those of you who had paid or voucher type of registrations, also RouterOS license will be emailed to you after a few days after the MOM. So look for it on your mikrotik.com account. So thank you very much for attention. That's it from me for now. So we will continue with other types of presentations about MikroTik and RouterOS. So thanks.